Hi, I'm Ella.
And I'm Rosie.
And today we'll be interviewing Dale Murray for Founders for Schools.
Hello. Hi, come in.
Thank you.
Hi, Ella. Hi, Ella. Nice to meet you.
I'm Rosie.
Hi, Rosie. Come in.
Thank you.
We're going to ask a couple of questions, but if you could answer like sort of in like a statement, because in the final video we won't be in it, so if you could just answer.
Okay, so put the question into the answer.
Yeah.
Okay, so my name is Dale Murray and I'm an entrepreneur, and now I invest in entrepreneurial companies as well. So I invest in startup companies in Britain. I guess I always knew that I wanted to run my own company. So I did work in the corporate world for about a decade before I started my first company. And I always just thought it would be much more fun to run your own company and hire your own staff and build your own products. That just always seemed to me to be just much more fun. I think inspiration comes from all sorts of sources. My dad had his own company, so I always grew up with that. I always saw that. It just seemed like the most fun thing to do. My company was called Omega Logic, and it was a B2B software company. We started it in 1999, and I was one of the companies that launched mobile phone top-ups into the UK. Failed, I guess, if you mean like a project didn't work out the way I wanted it to. But I kind of also think that if you're not failing enough, then you're not trying hard enough. Because failure is part of your learning. So when you're building a product or building a new business, you're constantly having to test it with your customers. And so you get a lot of feedback sometimes. Maybe a project doesn't work, or a product, they don't like it, or the service doesn't quite work for them. So that you just have to keep working, listening to that failure and then modifying your product or redesigning your service. So how do you pick yourself up again? You've just got to kind of steel yourself, you've got to brace yourself and let it just brush over you. You just have to be strong and realise that that's just part of the journey. You don't get to be successful until you have a few bumps along the way, and it's just a bump. Now I do a lot of things. I'm very lucky that I have a choice of doing a whole lot of things, and so I invest in startups, in entrepreneurs. I'm an angel investor. I sit on a couple of large government boards. I sit on the boards of quite a few companies, and I do quite a bit of speaking as well to groups of entrepreneurs and groups of investors, which I really enjoy. So I have a completely weird life because every day is different. That's quite fun. At secondary school, I was top of my year in maths, accounting, economics, and English. And I also took physics and French. I wasn't very good at French. I think I got a C in French. I got A's in everything else. So I really wanted to have subjects that I could apply to business. And then at university, I studied commerce. And then I did an MBA as well later on. So I got my degree, and then a few years later, after I'd had some business experience, went back and did a master's degree in business administration. All business, all commercial. I think go for it. It's such a great opportunity. I mean, you do have to have a good grounding in certain skills. So it is very helpful if you have a strong command of the English language, if you can communicate very effectively, if you can write eloquently, and if you can hold yourself and conduct yourself well in meetings. That will stand you in good stead as an entrepreneur. And then secondly, if you have some commercial skills or basic maths, which can then lend itself to accounting or financial projections or what have you, that's enormously helpful as well. I think the key thing to think about when you're starting up a company is to actually get started itself. So we can spend an awful lot of time, thinking about something, or writing business plans, or researching, or talking to our friends, and it's not until you actually take that first step and maybe incorporate a company, or get some business cards printed or buy a URL or start coding, that you actually begin to develop some momentum around your idea. And then naturally, doors will be open to you. You'll start speaking to people who put you in touch with other people, and other ideas spring from that. And before you know, you're already well on the road to creating a business. So just get started. I think that my most rewarding was the first one I invested in, which was 3 women who started a cosmetics company. And I come from a tech background, so quite hard, quite professional environment. And then I had great fun investing in this cosmetics business, which we took all around the world. It ended up being sold kind of everywhere. And that was just huge fun, because it was very girly, it was very, it was just good fun. Yeah. I think I must be about 13 or 14 now, I think. Still going, still going. I think the most wonderful thing about entrepreneurship is that you are in control of your own destiny. So you're often told, aren't you, that you have to work really hard and you have to take risks and you have to be disciplined. That's all true. But the rewards of entrepreneurship are enormous. The opportunities that you get, the chances to employ people and to design new products and what have you, it really is the most fantastic career choice.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Have a great day.
You're welcome.